My guest today is a very talented musician. He's got 2 first names and a whole lot of talent. You may have heard his hit single, Hot Touch, or even seen him on The Bachelors, Listen to Your Heart. So without further ado, please welcome Michael Todd.
All right, man, let's hit it. All right, here we go, Hot Touch.
Hey, pretty baby, got you looking at me, got you looking at me, got you looking at me. Hey, pretty baby, you're so easy to read. Hey, pretty baby, that's a lie. It's that look in your eyes, pretty baby. I like what I see, yeah, I like what I see, yeah, I like what I see. I'm giving looks to say you've got what I need. Imagination running wild and driving me crazy, so crazy, so crazy. Oh, so come on, baby, I want that hot touch. Come on, give me my love. Come on, give me my drug. Come on and give it to me. Want that hot touch? Give me my love. Come on, give me my drug. Come on and give it to me.
This is it. Real talk and whatnot.
Real talk. That's it. Real talk. Real talk. Real talk.
Alrighty, you guys. My guest today is Michael Todd. Michael, why don't you introduce yourself for us?
What's up, guys? Michael Todd. And am I doing a camera thing? Do I look at the camera?
Everyone asks me this, and I never know what to tell them. I'm like, know that there's going to be people there, but it's just me and you having conversations.
Well,
so.
see, I feel you, and normally I would keep it like mano a mano, but you gave me a screen to look at myself.
I know.
So now I feel like I'm addressing an audience.
Yeah,
you know
exactly.
I
need a little bit of both. Do a halfway.
Yeah, man, but 50-50. But yeah, so I'm Michael Todd. Let's see, a musician. Some of you guys might have known me from the gym. I might have helped you achieve your fitness goals.
There we go.
What I mean? Yeah, but mostly just, pursuing the music, writing the songs, which it's such an interesting career path because it's like nothing's going to happen for you until it happens.
Yeah.
Bro, and when it happens, it happens.
When did it happen for you? I mean, if you don't mind me.
Yeah.
We're off track of my whole scripted interview, but go on.
Okay. No, for sure, bro.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, I would say it hasn't, happened for me yet. Now, when I say for me, and it's kind of like, what is your definition of success?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Different for everyone. So for me, it's very similar. Like for it to happen for me would be, I am for sure financially, that is I'm raking it in, and it's not even a goal. That's like a big misconception when people like see me like still trying to do music. I'm not like, I'm just out here to try and get rich and famous. Like, nah. Like if I can just get some paychecks, like doing the music, that surpasses like a normal job, I'm fine, bro.
Yeah, exactly. You want to get paid doing what you love, right? Pretty much at the end of the day.
Dream, man.
Yeah, see, and that's my dream too. If I can somehow get paid for doing this podcast,
dude,
man.
I think you're on to something.
Thank you, dude. I appreciate
got
that.
The vibe.
Dude,
I mean, we got the beer.
Yeah, dude.
What more do you need?
Exactly. Hey, Dust Bowl, I'm trying to get a sponsor. Why don't you sponsor me?
Cheers, man,
dude.
please.
Thank you.
Hey, give us some brewskis.
There we go. Alrighty, Michael Todd. So when did it all start? When did you first start getting into music?
All right, so it started off 4th grade.
Okay.
All right. I'm playing trumpet.
We got Mick Swain. I was about to say.
Mick Swain.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep. Mustang's Wild and Free.
Wild and Free. Yeah. We had a pretty good theme song.
Dude,
you know what I mean? I can't remember it, but the music teacher wrote it.
Yeah,
and it was like
that.
catchy. He was a good songwriter. Yeah. Adam Beverly, shout out. But yeah, man. So I was 4th grade, and I started at trumpet because my dad did trumpet. And I was like, all right, whatever. And we just had a trumpet lying around.
Okay.
And I think my dad was kind of vicariously like,
living
I
through
did trumpet. Trumpet's great. Do a trumpet, So I'm over here like, and they took it to another level where it was fun. Like he's doing marching band.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it was like more cool back then. Like I feel like it's coming back, right?
Yeah.
But like then for us, I feel like it was like rock and roll, like, Good Charlotte's doing their thing.
Panic at the Disco,
yes.
Blink-182, all those bands.
You know what I mean? So it's like guitar, pop rock music was, and a little bit of emo pop was like, that was the shit.
That was popping.
You know what I mean? So there wasn't really space for trumpet, especially for our age. You know what I mean? We're not like, oh, he plays the trumpet, like he's getting late. You know, nah. So, but so I start 4th grade playing trumpet. It's cool. And then my buddy Tyler, who was in my band, 5 Star Nation. We'll get to it.
Okay.
But he was playing guitar, and simultaneously, like since I started with trumpet, I just stuck with it.
Yeah.
In the band, but he started with guitar all the way through, and
did they have guitar in band?
They did. Like it was like a really like set back, like you play guitar, like there's nowhere else for you to go.
Yeah.
You know, everyone's welcome. You know, if you do if the triangle is your thing, like we'll make a space for you. You know,
whatever it's called.
The grass, like you know what I mean. So so they had some guitar people doing their thing, and so I got braces.
As many of us, I had braces for like too long, I felt.
Yeah.
It wasn't until I asked, I said, hey, do you think I could get my braces off before my senior year? And they're like, oh, yeah, actually, I think we can. I'm like, what do you mean you think we can? Should I have asked you 4 years ago?
That's wild, bro. They're like, oh, yeah. Oh, shit. Yep. We should have done that. Like
he's had
5 years
them
ago.
for like 8 years, you guys.
This guy's overdue. Oh, yeah. We could totally do that. Man. So I got braces, and I don't know what your thing was or how severe whatever they were trying to correct with you, but I had an overbite.
Oh, yeah. It's the same here.
Okay. So when they would tighten them, would you get like sore teeth?
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, imagine playing trumpet.
Oh, yeah, and then like your mouth hurts.
God, I could barely even eat chips.
Yeah.
And I just had I'm like trying to get the trumpet. Like, really? Am I gonna play a whole Beethoven thing right now?
Yeah,
no.
Yeah.
So
and like a junior high version of Beethoven. Like, you know what I mean? Everyone is at a junior high level at that point.
Exactly. Like whatever the basic, most stripped down version of that is. Yeah, like circumpompance, where everyone would do the graduation song. And that was like, we weren't that bad. I remember there was this one song that I loved, and it's just now coming to me. I've even tried to remember this like prior, maybe some beer, I don't know. But Trumpet Boogie.
Trumpet Boogie.
That was the one where I was grooving. I was like, I actually don't mind.
Well,
the
I mean,
trumpet,
you probably had the solo.
It was cool, bro. Yeah, we were all moving and grooving, and we were actually pretty good. Like the trumpet people and the band collectively.
Yeah,
like,
that's cool.
There wasn't anyone where we were like, God damn, Katie. Did you fucking it up? Dude, can we get Katie out? Like there was not that one person where you're like, God. Like everyone, like we would be playing together. We'd be like, oh shit. I think we'd even be like, feeling it together. Like this is not bad. But yeah, so my dad handed me his guitar, his electric guitar, which is a badass Fender Bronco.
Dude, that's dope.
Yeah, dude, it's like bright red, and it's the sickest looking guitar still. Like I have guitars.
Is it that classic one that's red with like black little? I don't know what they're called.
Like that cutaway?
Yeah, exactly.
So it's not like a hollow body.
Oh,
okay. Which those are badass.
Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah, was that what you were talking about?
No, I was talking about like there was just I remember during the time like around when I was in junior high, it was just like a red guitar.
Oh yeah, you know the specific guitar.
I'm trying to describe it. Yeah, it has like that teardrop, the black. You know what I'm talking about? Whatever they're called. What is that called on a guitar? So normally there's the guitar, and then there's always like a different little color. Is that just an accent to it?
So is it like if you had the actual guitar body, is it like within the body itself, like cutaways? Or because that's not my thing. Are you talking about the pickups? I'd have to see exactly what you're talking about.
Gotcha.
We'll break it down later.
Yeah,
we'll
gotcha.
bring up a picture,
Yeah,
but I've been rocking that same red guitar for years, so I'm sure you've seen it.
Yeah, I'm sure I have.
Because I'm not used to like talking to people where like it goes that far back.
Yeah.
Because like that wasn't even in my mind.
Yeah.
For a
also,
second.
you guys. So me and Michael know each other because he was my guitar teacher in 7th grade.
That's wild, bro.
And so that's
so wild.
At least 15 years ago by now.
Yeah.
At least.
Oh,
but
at least.
Yeah, maybe 20. Yeah, I didn't even know that. We knew each other that long. You know what I mean?
That's wild, man.
Dude, it is.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah. You know what's funny, bro? Because I was driving over here and I was thinking, and it's so funny, like when you're meeting up with someone that you haven't seen in a while, you start like taking your mind there.
Yeah.
And it's like things you never would have thought about or probably remembered come back.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my God. So one of the things that came to mind, and I was like laughing, I was driving over here because I remember because your mom worked at the school that we went to, and she had asked me if I could do guitar lessons for you. Yeah. So we started doing guitar lessons, and we're all going to the same. Were we going to the school?
I think I was younger than you. So you were at Buhack at the time, and I was in McSwain. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, but it was funny because I remember specifically one time, because I'd see her passing sometimes, and maybe she had left a message, and I was like, oh, I need to call back and reschedule your next thing, right? So I'd see her in passing sometimes, be like, oh, sorry, I'm gonna get back to you. I'm thinking maybe like next week, whatever. So it got to be like a normal thing to where usually we'd catch the call.
Yeah.
But it was funny. I was thinking back, it was making me laugh, bro. It must have looked so bad when I remember I was walking. We were doing graduation practice. And your mom had left a message to schedule your next guitar lesson, and I hadn't responded yet. I wouldn't let it go too long. It was a couple days, whatever. But I'm walking, and I see her because all the teachers are lined up. And I'm like, oh, I'm going to call you. And she's probably like,
everyone's like, what?
No, just no context. No context.
I'm going to call you. That's funny.
I'll call you back. And then she's like, God.
Dude, so like you were just saying right now, like how memories come back. So right now when you're talking about all this other stuff, I have this very vivid memory. You're teaching me guitar, right? And I was strumming my guitar, and I broke a string. And I remember the way I broke a string, though, it snapped, and then it drove itself like back into the guitar, like so that like it was literally like a needle in the guitar. And I have this vivid memory of you. We're like, wow. I was like, yeah, this is like stuck. Can you get it out? And like you were like trying to pull it hella hard, and you're like, dude, I've never seen this done before. And I was like, really? But it was just like, and then it finally popped out. But
you do?
Yeah.
You really want to do this? You want to be a rock star? I don't know, man. That's funny, man.
So then junior high, you start playing guitar. Your dad gives you the.
It's just around. He's not like sudden. I'm like, he's like, you can use it. I'm like, all right, it's around. So, and then what he did is he showed me a couple chords, right? Shows me a couple chords. You need a bottle opener?
Yeah, thank you,
Yeah, he shows me a couple chords. And then he's like, I wrote this song. I was like, okay. So I started off not knowing notes, and then I just started playing this song that my dad showed me. And I started elaborating on it, which was a very interesting and pinnacle moment for songwriting, I think, for me, because I was like, my dad wrote this. It's a simple progression, but it's like, it was a little bit unique, you know? So I started expanding on the idea, and I was like, it clicked. And then I started really taking off with guitar when I bought a Blink-182 tab book.
Oh, yeah. I can play the songs that I like.
Exactly,
that I listen to.
Exactly. And their stuff is so easy and catchy. You know what I mean? And
there's a 3-man band. It can only be so
exactly. It can
so
only
elaborate,
be so
you know what I mean?
Depth, yeah. So it's, and I feel like that's an aha moment, teaching guitar lessons. Kids, I'd always be like, let's learn the basic chords, but what's a song you want to learn? Because the moment that they are playing back a song they are emotionally tied to, dude, they're hooked.
Yeah.
So, sorry if I never got to that realization when I was teaching you. I don't know if we got there yet.
No, I literally think that it was like, our next lesson, we're going to do it. And I think it was like probably me telling mom, like, I don't want to do guitar lessons anymore.
My fingers hurt. He yells at me.
There's calluses on my fingers, Mom.
Bro, it's rough at first.
Dude, yeah. I'm sure. Are yours just like solid now,
dude,
or what?
It's super solid, and not only that, they'll imprint. On this hand, like I definitely have calluses. Now I'm going a step further, and right now this is not like a good demonstration of it, but I will grow the right hand out just a little bit more. You know what I mean? First, like super accurate picking. Super accurate finger picking. But every time there's like, I'm at the gym or that there's like some girl around, I'm like, cup that hand. And it's off limits. You know what I mean? Like, cause like they'll just, cause here's what I started doing, bro. Cause I'll be playing flawlessly. Like, I'm like, yo, like I should have been doing this nail trick a long time ago. The accuracy is unmatched with a pick. With the fingers, once you get down, sick.
Well, you got basically like 5 picks, or
dude,
you know what I mean? Like,
it's amazing. Like the accuracy is like at least 25% better in my opinion, if not more. And then, so I'm rocking, and then I'll use it as a strum pick sometimes when that comes, like the chorus. If you, like, I did it several times where it would start at the corner of usually the pointer finger, because I'd be strumming with that. I'd rip it on a very high E string, which is, people use that like in prison for like tattooing.
Yeah, gotcha.
Very sharp, very thin, like needle-like material. And it was just like, and it'd rip through the middle. I'm like,
I was about to add, I was going to say, that's what I was imagining.
Dude, it would kill. So So then after that kept happening, I was like, I need some like biotin like skin.
What makes your fingernails stronger? Am I low on iron? What's going on?
Bro, exactly. So like I started taking that. It helped a little bit strength wise, but then I did it again, split the nail. And then I was like, this is fucking ridiculous because now all the rest of my fingers are perfect picks and I have this short, stubby, ripped probably like 3 months out from being a usable fucking finger at this point. You know what I mean? So I remember I went to CVS in Atwater and I was like, there was this girl and I was like, hey, is there something to like strengthen a nail that's not shiny? Because I keep splitting, I play guitar and it keeps splitting. Can you guide me? She's like, oh, sure. So she's extremely helpful. And I find like this matte strengthener, whatever. So I'll use that. But sometimes like after, like I'll do it like every now and then, maybe like once a month. But when it starts getting like fucked up, like, you know, like the, well, you probably don't know. I've never painted my fucking nails until this, you know what I mean? But like this, it's like it's getting cracked and it's like, it looks weird. And then it really looks bad. I have long nails. They look not like, that long. But you know what I mean? And then girls are like, the fuck is wrong with your nail situation? You know what I mean? They just have a real issue. And
I play guitar. That is why.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, but
guitar problems, huh?
Guitar problems, bro.
Dude,
that's all it is. Yeah. So.
And then, so how long were you playing guitar before you had the idea of making a band? Or
Yeah. So I was playing guitar. Started that at 14. I think that was like 7th grade, if I'm not mistaken. Something like that, yeah.
I tried to name how old my nieces and nephews were on a podcast, and I was like, like they're not in high school, so how old is that?
Action figures anymore, but they.
I think so.
They have cell phones.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, but they're getting them younger these days. I don't know. Yeah. Well, I remember specifically 7th grade because there was a time where I was playing trumpet and also guitar, and it was starting to take over. I was like, I want to play guitar.
Yeah,
you know, but. Now I just gotten a new trumpet like the prior year. You know, my parents like, you're fucking doing this, you know, like not like that, but
we need to have a Michael Todd trumpet, dude, coming to one of your songs dropping, dude.
Bro,
dude,
that'd be so sick,
dude. Yeah,
that would be sick, man.
Yeah.
All right.
There you go. I put that in your brain.
Like that,
okay, I just need a little.
I appreciate that, bro.
There we go.
If the trumpet makes an appearance, you know, like I'll do one of those samples.
Yeah.
My cup.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh man, but. Yeah, man. So, and actually, I've been wanting to play trumpet again because it's a very creative, fun instrument.
I was gonna say more recently, I've heard it in songs than like in a long time. I felt
this is the first time in a long time where I've been like, damn, I should have kept up with that.
Yeah,
you know, you never know. It's like I should invest in some Bitcoin. You know, like you never know.
Shoulda. Everything, yeah, dude.
You know,
everything.
So, yeah, man. Just predicting the trends. Yo, Pokemon cards. Those started getting like ridiculously
expensive, like valuable.
Yeah. Did you know that?
I was never that. I wasn't a Yu-Gi-Oh. I was a Yu-Gi-Oh person.
Okay.
But no, I do know that people sell it for a stupid amount of money
right now, bro. Like in mostly like Logan Paul started like just going wild with it, and his purchases. So once it's like a painting. Like once someone purchases something for like 50 million, then that's the standard.
Yeah.
Now it just appreciates, you know what I mean? Keeps going up. You're like, really? Like, it looks like someone threw up. Like, but it's 50 million.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, like,
yeah.
Okay, like now we're doing this, apparently.
Yeah,
you know, so it's like that. He purchased some Pokemon cards at like, you know, it's like some boxes, first edition starter packs, whatever. There's only 36 in it. They're going for like 500,000 for a box, bro. And if you have a first edition Charizard, that's like 400,000 right now. If it's a 10. If it's a mint 10 or whatever.
Oh yeah,
crazy, bro.
Yeah, it's things that you wish you would have been into or like would weirdly have for some reason.
Wow, yeah. But to bring it back from the detour, you're like, how we get here? Yeah, so playing guitar, but so yeah, I started hitting Blink-182, and then the band. So Tyler. You know, my buddy, my band member for 5 Star Nation.
Yep.
Yeah, he was in the band, and we were always hanging out. He's playing guitar, and we actually wrote really well together. Neither of us really knew notes at all.
Really?
I still don't, bro. I couldn't tell you. Like, let's see. I think my song "Hot Touch" is in the key of E.
Oh,
I think,
yeah,
bro.
yeah.
I don't fucking know.
But the thing is, it's
like,
just, I feel like when it comes to keys like that, I'm like, yeah, it is useful, and I'm sure definitely, but obviously you can get fucking by, you know what I mean? Like, just by figuring out what sound you like. And
exactly,
like, you
bro.
might like all your songs in this one key, but you just don't know the name of the key or whatever.
Yeah, and I really want to. I'm starting to make an actual conscious effort to learn notes because I don't rely on them like at all. And I have other people that are so good at notes.
Yeah,
but they don't have the ear, so it's like I have to communicate with them that way. You know, they'll be like, "What is that?" And I was like, fucking my fingers are like this." Like I don't know.
You tell me.
Like, oh, that's like a E A7. Oh yeah. And I'm like, sure, bro. Like I wish I saw that so I could like communicate with you better. Because if you really know the theory, they can pick and pull apart like the craziest stuff. Like it is really beneficial, but you got to really dive deep. And I'm like, I'm in this for the long haul. I might as well. So I'm trying.
Yeah.
But so we started writing songs together. And they're actually catchy. Like we're having a great time.
They were, dude. I used to rock out to that music. I remember when I was in 8th grade at McSwain, you guys were still in high school at BUHAC, but you guys played for like one of our rallies or something, I remember, dude.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. No, because I remember we were always playing the talent shows.
Yeah,
you
exactly.
know, and then they actually paid out. So we'd be like, let's do this shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And we would like win and we'd win some money and we'd be like, bro,
$200 split between 3 people?
Yeah,
this
bro.
is so much money.
No, it was still for us. Yeah,
yeah,
like,
exactly.
You know,
yeah.
so it was crazy, dude. Now, what we didn't realize is, so check this out. So what actually happened, why we got so popular so fast on MySpace.
Yeah.
So, I really like social media marketing. It's just like really entertaining. And it's interesting how something you can post can change someone's perspective of you in the real world. That's what blows my mind. I will make a post and people will treat me differently because they've actively seen my post. And I mean, obviously it works wonders in when I was living in LA. It would be so shameless.
Yeah.
I'd be like, really? Like people would they haven't hit me back in like a week. You know, I'd post like, oh, I'm at the NBA game, whatever, because I had like a friend that, you know, had 4th row, whatever. So like we're there and I'd like post a pic. I remember this one girl, she didn't even wait like 5 minutes. She's like, hey. And I'm like, really? Like, just wait a day.
I think LA culture is kind of, I mean, I don't know per se, you know, I've never like lived in LA, but just the type of what everyone thinks of, it kind of seems something similar to that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a total LA move. But so what I was doing with our band was I had a program running. So the max friend request you could send a day for MySpace at the time, which is a completely dead platform now.
Yeah, completely dead.
Was 400. So I had a program that would just I would target specific profiles. So if I like Fall Out Boy, kind of similar to our stuff. Okay, so I would take all the IDs of all their followers via a program, put them in this other follower program, and just go.
Yeah, well, MySpace was a lot more code-like. You know, I remember like if you wanted your profile to be different. Go online, find the right code, put that code in your bio.
You could do some real, like, coding stuff, and
exactly.
like now you got like stars and shit.
Exactly.
You could get real creative with it. It was wild.
I'm sure it's the same thing. Like you're getting all their ID numbers because everyone always had one song. They had one song on their profile playing.
Man. Which I loved.
Yeah,
I love that. Was awesome.
I still think that like if Instagram or something like had
bro.
like some don't make MySpace, but like. Facebook is
something, bro.
Going.
Yeah,
I mean, I would say it's going dead, but it's not because people freaking use it. Jesus Christ.
I know. Well, especially the oldies.
You
know, the oldies are like, Facebook. You know, they're all about that. But also, you know, Facebook owns Instagram.
Yeah.
So it's like Instagram's like their baby. So it's like they're kind of holding each other up regardless. You know. But and remind me to tell you something about Facebook. After the fact, legally I can't tell you.
I'll put it on here. No problem.
Because it's real interesting. I think it's gonna get a kick out of it. So I was running all these programs on MySpace. We were accumulating like all these followers and whatnot, actual plays.
And this was your band's page?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
So our band's page, right? Now, check this out. So our numbers are going up. We get to like 60,000 fans, whatever. It looks great. And actually, we have some people, because I'm target marketing, that they're like they're actually interested in the music, all right? So then, this is where it really takes off. So me and Nick go to Cal Poly Pomona. We're roommates. They have they have like a cool connection, like... the servers are kind of weak, kind of not. Whatever's going on, we found out if you go to our player and you click super fast, they start tripping up and like registering as real plays. So, bro, we'd be like, hey, you want to like boost and like watch a movie? He's like, fuck yeah. All right. So, bro, we just like, we'd black our screens out, set our cursor on our song, and just like, while we watch a movie.
Really?
Bro, we'd be done. It'd be like 18,000 plays for the day. Like, all right, cool, bro. And
Dude.
then it would register as legit. And
legit plays, right?
Source to the top.
Yeah, because you're, hey, this song got 18,000 plays. Let's check out, see what's going on with it. Or let's promote it. Let's boost it, obviously.
Because, dude, things can be boosted now, but it's like, they check the source code. It's like, where did it come from?
Yeah.
Oh, this is Europe? Like, this is probably not legit. It's flagged, like, whatever. That, they had, like, no program to, like, stop anything.
Yeah.
So they were
Wild
like,
days
yep,
of the internet.
it's good to go.
Yeah.
And it boosted us to, we were like 50 unsigned in like California on like one of the charts. And like, so we were getting all these messages and stuff.
Dude,
and
that's dope.
yeah, bro. Yeah. So we kept getting all these messages and it started off real cool, but there was a lot of false promises and it was driving me insane.
Oh, of course.
So I started like kind of not responding much, you know, very often, unless it looked legit. Then this one lady hit me up and she's like, hey, my producer just signed someone to Atlantic Records. Now he's looking for a new project. And I'm like, I fucking bet. I was like, who are you?
Yeah, sure.
You know, so I like didn't respond. And she's like, hey, we're seriously really interested. Da, da, da. And I was like, okay, cool. Yo, I made it difficult. I was like, who, like, cause everyone kept like letting me down. I was like, yo, I don't even have a car. I'm not in LA. I'm in Cal Poly Pomona. If you want to drive to me, okay.
Yeah, like I'm down to meet with you, but
they're like, okay. I was like, you're going to drive all right, fine. If you want to drive 45 minutes, like, all right. They show up and it's like, so they meet me and Nick and the drummer, and then she's like, you know, she's like this hot Swede. She's super fun, and then he's Swedish too. But they pull up, you know, I'm on the phone, and he's like classic Mercedes. She steps out, he steps out with his aviators. I was like, oh, they're totally gonna fuck us and like steal all this. They're gonna steal songs. They're gonna steal songs. And he's like, hello, I'm at the bias, and I'm like, fuck are you? You know what I mean? So I'm like, all right, come up. So like I'm playing my song, and I'm like, I hadn't copywritten it, so I was like skeptical. Yeah. Right? So I'm like kind of hacking it.
Like, I have no money. Like, I have no money, you guys. I'm in college.
Yeah. Exactly, bro. So like that happens, and then he's like, oh, I forgot the video camera. I'm gonna go grab that. I'll be back. So I was like, oh, now you're gonna record it? Like, so he's going down the car, and then she's like, yeah, so don't tell him like I told you, but yeah, they just signed like, yeah, you know, a record deal with like Atlantic Records. You know, like, yeah, $1 million, blah, blah, blah. And he's really talented. He's just looking for a new, and I was like, is this what you guys do? You know, like he forgets the camera and you drop this, you know what I mean? I was so skeptical, bro. But then, long story short, we recorded 20 demos. They would pick us up like every other weekend.
Drive you to LA?
Round trip, boom, take us to LA. We'd record one song that we wrote and a song that he had written the track to. I would write the lyrics. Sing it, boom, we're out. So, yeah, man, that kept going until we had a really, like, 20 songs. Long story short, they flew us to Sweden.
Yeah,
and
I remember I was telling people, I was like, I'm pretty sure they got a record deal, went to, like, Sweden or somewhere,
Yeah, well, it was close, because, like, if you want to be a rock star, this guy, I think he's, like, 1 or 2 hits away from beating the Beatles in number ones.
Damn, really?
Bro, we're sitting here, and he owns like the whole, like we go to a shopping mall, you go to the back, you go through the elevator, 4th floor, then you knock on this door, they have a video camera and they like buzz you in. He owns a whole fucking like top floor, like
a
full on
suite,
studio, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
dude.
Yeah, he has 3 studios, one with a, you know, massive like
and
console.
they flew you out all out.
Oh yeah, they paid for everything. He's like, all right, so here's this $5,000 for the rent. I was like, what? And then he'd be, oh bro, they invested money in us. They paid for flights, for hotels, and here's the thing, he got the what did he do? So then he got the well, actually, he was doing the we were in his studio, and he was mixing Pink's new hit at the time. It was unreleased, bro. So,
damn.
So what? I'm still a rock star.
Wow, that wasn't
unreleased. Even. And it's he's mixing it next door, and then he's popping in, and he's like, "Hey guys, so what do you got? Like idea wise, like you know, because we were working on some songs."
You're like, "Holy fuck, holy fuck, holy fuck!"
Yeah, dude. Like we knew what caliber it was. It was starting to like clear up for us. But I wish, dude, that we seized that opportunity Because we're like, you know, the demographic here. So imagine someone that had never left yet
Yeah.
from this town. You know what I mean? Like high school communication skills.
Yeah, you don't know.
Still like kind of awkward.
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
like, you know.
You haven't been in the real world. You know what I mean?
At all,
like,
bro.
like it just be growing up in reality.
Yeah.
Like you were 18-year-old kids.
Yeah, dude. So like we're here and we're just like not like the music's there, but he can tell like there's something off with all of us. And it was like a seriousness because if he's going to drop and literally my producer's like, we're going to get you $1 million deal at least, you know, like whatever. That was signed to his writing team.
Yeah.
Okay. So he developed us and he's like, hey, Max, I have this. Max Martin being the big producer. Like, I have this project. He's like, all right, fly him over. You know, let's meet him. So, and we met with his business team or his business manager and whatnot. Like, they were seriously considering, like, you know, signing us. And it would have been massive. Like, he doesn't do anything. Like, so the band that was like our big brother band that they kept talking about, like, they got signed right before us. We're the next project was Carolina Liar.
Oh, okay.
So if you remember that song, show me what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
Save me, I'm lost. Great song. So, you know, he wrote that and same team, same everything, bro.
Damn.
Same. We're next. So we go, and even at one point, so we were in Sweden and I remember, and this was badass. There's so many badass stories, bro. But like, he was like, our producer was like, okay, dress nice. Because we were, you know, staying at one of their friends' apartments. He's like, dress nice tonight. Because after the studio, we're going to a restaurant with Max. I was like, all right. So we're there all day. We didn't have time to take the trolley, which, by the way, their public transportation is sick, man.
Dude,
so clean.
Europe's public transportation is like, I understand why public transportation is like useful versus like here it's like every single person needs their own car or like you ride the bus, you fucking loser.
No,
like, you know what I mean? Like there it's like we don't have a car. We just only use public transport.
It's so badass.
Come on, America.
Come on, USA. Seriously, bro. Because
we're first in everything except public transportation.
You know why? It's that capitalism. We're
Yeah.
like, make that shit real extra dirty. We got new cars. You know? But yeah, man, because even they would like ride the public transit and stuff.
Yeah.
So clean. Like it wasn't like even a class thing. You know, it's just like what you do.
Yeah.
You take this trolley thing, whatever. So the tram. So yeah, man. So you're
gonna go to dinner.
Yeah. So I was like, yo, can I wear this? This is one of the most badass moments, bro.
Yeah.
So I was like, yo, Tobias, can I wear this? You know, I didn't get a chance to go change. He's like, go ask Max. I don't know. Go ask Max. He says, that's supposed to be a nice restaurant. I was like, all right. So most badass moment, I'm like, hey Max, I hear we're going to like a nice dinner tonight. Can I wear this? And he looks at me, he's like, I own the restaurant. I was like, okay. I was like, yo, that's so baller. So then we go, and I'm trying to like not, because I know it's open tab, and I'm trying to not,
real
like,
quick, that reminds me of, you ever watched the Dark Knight, the Batman movie?
Oh, yeah.
So at one point when Christian Bale was like, he's like, why don't we just put these two tables together? And then Harvey's like, I don't think we can do that. And he's like, I own the restaurant. I think we can.
So
but that's what that reminded me of.
Yeah, there's another scene where like the girls are swimming in the fish tank, and he's like, look, I own this restaurant. You just had a fucking feather just out of nowhere, just pop.
I don't know, yeah. There we go. I don't know what's going on.
For dramatic effect. But yeah, man, so we did that, and that, now that I look back, that was like our business meeting, kind of. Because, bro, he brought his business manager, his wife, his daughter.
Damn.
You know what I mean? So we're all sitting here, and his other producer.
Yeah.
And our producer, this is kind of like the feast, like, do we do this?
Yeah.
And we had been fighting, bro.
Your band?
Yeah. So here was always the process. Like, you know, I'd won like a little drum competition in Merced at one point. You know what I mean? I drum really well. And so I would like, and obviously, you know, singing and writing. So essentially I would write almost all of the songs that we would do, you know, and Tyler would write some of his guitar parts. Nick would write some of his drum parts. But here's how we would go. Like, I would literally be on the mic. You know, which is this is hilarious that I do this because the Bachelor made it sound like the beatbox.
Yeah.
So what I would do in the mic often, I'd be like, "Hey, bro, I'm thinking like
more of a,
you know," and like sometimes I'd sit on the drum set and like show him, and then Tyler, like one-on-one, we would figure out our guitar parts like very. It was tedious, you know, but it was fun. It was a lot of fun. But I would do like work one-on-one with him. one with Nick, we would figure out our drum parts. We'd bring it together, and sometimes we all just collectively do it.
Yeah.
But it was a lot of time spent like really. They had no issue with me interjecting my ideas ever.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, until we get to Sweden. And like now they're like Nick's writing songs, and I'm like, he's like, yo, what about this? I'm like, yeah, it's not bad, but like, what the fuck, And like, let's follow our formula and get signed, and then we can get creative.
Yeah.
Because I remember this is what set the tone. Is we were writing with Tobias's brother, who's a songwriter as well. We're in one of the studios, we're writing, and his brother's like, I have this song idea, so we're starting it. I'm like, hey, yo, Nick, I'm thinking like a, and he's like, I'm like, the fuck kind of look is that? I'm kind of like, all right. So I keep playing. He's playing some different shit. I'm like, what the fuck we doing? All right. So now he's his own drummer. Like out of nowhere, I'm like, all right, we're fucking doing this now. So I was like kind of pissed, and then I was like telling Tyler about some guitar thing. I was like, because different frequencies for different strings. Like you play the same note on different strings. I was like, play it like play it like up a little bit more. He's like, it's the same note. I'm like, you motherfuckers. I was like, what are we doing, yo? Because like what pissed me off too is like, and I feel like the producer felt that we weren't all in. This blew my fucking mind. I remember we were at a dinner, or it was a lunch in Hollywood at this crepe place, Solar de Cahuenga, which I fucking love. But that was my first time there. So we're there, and I remember Tyler came to visit, and because he was doing his school thing, me and Nick are down south, let's just rock and roll. And then Tyler would come down and do his guitar part sometimes. Other times I would record it for him. And then I remember Tobias looked at Tyler and was like, hey, so if this all goes well, you'll be fine with just like, doing the band. He's like, yeah, I'll have to ask my dad. I was like, you motherfucker.
What do you mean ask your dad?
Yeah. I was like, that there are other songs that are like all over the fucking radio. Like, yeah. I was so blown away. I was like, holy shit. I was like, do we need to have like a pre-meeting every fucking time we go out with the producers? Like, what the fuck? Anyways, it was blowing my mind. We were like killing it. So then this is what really got me. So then we're in the studio, and I remember like, we just, had been arguing a little bit. We didn't finish the song writing. The next day we show up. He's like, did you write anything? I'm like, nope. We had a fucking argument, and he's like, okay. Like, I didn't say the argument part. I was like, I didn't. Like, no, dude, I don't know. So he was kind of like, all right. So then I remember a couple days like, Nick's playing the, he's playing, which it was badass, don't get me wrong. What was that Guitar Hero? Through their badass sound system. Which is fucking a huge screen. So like he's playing Guitar Hero, and then Tyler is in the in the kitchen like talking to his mom, and he's homesick. I'm like, bro, do not fucking talk about being homesick. Yeah. In the kitchen where it reverberates through the whole fucking studio. I'm like, bro, shut that shit off. And
we had like one chance.
Because he's like, yeah, and she's like, you only have a couple more days. And I'm like, shut the fucking thing. I was like, we just like have like, can we go in the studio and like act like we're a real fucking band? Yeah. I was like, what the fuck, man? So then I'm like just playing guitar. I'm like, I'm over this shit. So then we get back to the States, and then Tobias is like, well, he says go and like pull a crowd, play shows, and if you can, so essentially if we could prove that we could pull a crowd and that we're serious about it, then we could do it. All right. Because it was right at the cusp where downloading started taking over the industry, and we were no longer, they weren't taking risks. Because I was talking to, Sean Kingston. Yeah. Oh, wait. Yeah. I remember I was talking to their producer, and he was like, 5 years ago, I totally would sign you. But
just the way the industry's developing.
He's like, there's a JR wrote him. He's like, it was his brother actually. I'm his business manager. I don't know if he even did production, but so he's like, I'd sign you 5 years ago, but the industry with downloading, like it's like we're not taking those kind of risks anymore. So yeah, go on tour. So I was like, all right, we need to fucking go on tour. But it became like they were like cool, and then like it was me, so it was like there was an odd number of like not cool. Now I had this. Do you remember the red jumpsuit apparatus? Yeah. So we played Beautiful, for their manager,
Angel or whatever, a whole bunch of songs.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Face down.
Yeah.
Sorry, keep going.
Feel like a man when you push her around. Great song, man. Yeah, but so their manager watches us play.
Because you guys were totally like a Warped Tour band. You know what I mean?
For
Like
sure.
that's what
for
where
sure,
you would have
dude.
fit in at and everything.
Absolutely. Like
Yeah.
we would have killed it.
Yeah.
We totally would have. I would have had some
completely agree.
really bad tattoos. I guarantee
Oh
you.
yeah,
bro.
yeah, you did. Yeah, and granted, like in hindsight of this all, as
Guarantee
much
you,
as
dude.
like, you wouldn't be the Michael Todd you are today without all this. And it's
been
honestly
great,
like
bro.
to give you that taste early on in your career probably helped you at least understand how to present yourself and
man.
what people are actually looking for.
I'm real thankful for it. So that manager, we played for him, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then we came back to Atwater. Then I was talking to him on the phone, and I never told the band this. I just ended the band because I was like, it's already fucked up, whatever. So, but he told me, which now he owns an empire, bro. And that's the fact I was
He's
checking.
an empire?
No, no.
Oh,
Better, bro.
yeah.
He owns an empire. He was a music manager when I met him, managing a couple bands. He now has one of the biggest, like Variety just did, the top 5 music managers to know.
One of them?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, bro. He's got like London offices. He's got Nashville. He's in Amsterdam. He's in New York and LA. He just purchased a second home. He's got the Hollywood Hills, and now he's got Palm Springs. I love this guy. He looks like such a boss, and he looks like a total kingpin, and he's always smoking a cigar, drinking some like bourbon, and what I love is he's always running it from like his whole company, his whole empire from like a telemarketer looking headset.
Oh, yeah, like an old Bluetooth one, basically.
It's just, but it comes down.
Yeah,
like,
the actual.
it's badass. But all the people he managed, as songwriters and producers, they're up for 10 Grammys this time.
Damn.
This time. Like, and he's doing so well, like, he's venturing into like NFL, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's like managing sports players. Like, it doesn't end with him. So he is a total like G, man. But I met him way back in the day when he'd be like, hey, dude, you want to like go to the beach? I'm like, yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
really?
Like, pick me up and go to the beach, like whatever. You know, when I moved to LA.
You're just
like,
like, he was a friend in LA.
yeah, just chilling or drinking.
And it seems like most people who moved to LA, there's a shit ton of people who are obviously trying to make it, you know what I mean? But you never know who is going to. You never know.
That's the only place where real magic happens, bro.
Yeah.
Where you can start somewhere. Like, I just went to Taco Tuesday,
Uh-huh.
and where the fuck am I? Like, this is the most badass house. Because the person I was sitting next to was like, we're going to a party. And you're like, now you're here. And then some dude's like giving you like, yeah, man. But when I like, you know, that was a real deal. Like when I made that $3 million and you're like,
You're like, where am I?
Yeah, for real, bro. You know, that's the only place where like shit just pops off and magically so. But so that producer, or I'm sorry, that music manager told me then, he's like, you know what, man? You need to end it with your band and you need to move to LA.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, he's like, your drummer, I feel like is like a last minute like stand in for drums, and you could find a better guitar player. I was like, I totally agree. Like, boom. So I moved. I didn't even tell him. So I ended the band, and I didn't tell him I was moving.
And what year was this? About like 2012?
I was probably like
11?
2010.
10?
It was probably like 2010, 2011. Yeah, around there, man. Yeah. So I moved there. Oh, and that was a wild story too, bro. I could talk for days. Like, but that was like the roommate was like a friend of a friend of a friend of a friend.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's cool. And I move in, and I'm like, okay,
Not cool. So then basically 5 Star Nation ends, right? And then there's, we'll say 10 years, we'll just say that, basically
There
between, or 9 years, you know, between then and the Michael Todd that we know and listen to today.
yeah.
So kind of talk about your transformation as an artist during that time and finding yourself and trials and tribulations.
Yeah, man. Well, it was real interesting because pop rock was on the out, right? Like it started dying, bro. Started dying heavy.
There's no
Panic at the Disco. Like it wasn't cool no
Though
more.
I will
like,
say shout out to MGK right now because he's like making a comeback for it. Yes. And I'm just I'm like, dude, like this is legitimately good. And I'm just amazed by it because like I did not think that punk was gonna come back.
Him, Youngblood.
Yeah. I heard. Yeah.
Youngblood's got some sick stuff. All that pop punk, bro.
That reminds me of like
Mod Sun,
Lil Peep. Yeah. But all that type of stuff is like similar
that emo
to
pop.
Yeah, exactly.
Rock,
and if they have names that sound like Youngblood sounds like a rapper name. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just a white guy that's freaking singing pop,
he's like
punk
British
songs.
or something.
Yeah, exactly.
It's badass.
Yeah.
So it's I'm glad it's coming back around because that is my true like vibe. Like that's really where I am most comfortable, and it's finally starting to come back around. So
Dude,
it's
that's
taking
cool.
this time, man. It's taking this time
Maybe,
for me to not.
maybe it needed to.
It had to, bro. And here's why: because I went to LA, and it's like I essentially explored all my vices without a budget. So anything that would have been an absolute catastrophic experience fueled by money,
Yeah.
I got to taste a little bit, feel the burn of why that's not the way to go. And then it's like, well, I can't afford that shit anyways. You know, so it was like, it was good. It was good. So it's like, now I can like recollect, and I'm like, you know what I mean? I went through the club scene there, and you know, like it's just, it never ends. Like there's always a party, there's always some red carpet going on.
Kind of like, I mean,
you're still not working.
A reoccurring like subject that seems to be on this podcast is I'm talking to like a lot of people who are similar in age to me. But when you're 20-something years old, you're trying to figure it out, right? So you have the party mindset. You have the LA mindset. You're trying to make it, but you're trying to have fun and just do what you can or whatever.
It was
so I'm
dangerous.
sure that, yeah, exactly. And now I'm sure you're at a little more mature point in your life where you're like, I want to do this. Whatever way I can get paid for doing this to make a living, like that's what I want to do.
Absolutely, man. I'm real thankful for the experience because I don't have any dumb tattoos. You know, I'm not like.
Props to you, man. I got time is money tatted on my chest.
Nice.
But it's in Portuguese at least, so it's not English.
Whatever.
You know what I mean?
You know, that's better. You know, you can. Oh, it means like spirituality.
Yeah. Yeah.
I had to see the soul, the mind. You know, like,
exactly.
Yeah, man. Well, and it's. I'm real thankful for those experiences because I had some real good points to make. All right, yeah. So, and this is why it was dangerous, like club scene wise. First of all, I was working at like the gym that is like the go-to gym. So it's like you know, $175 a month, whatever. But that's not the point. It's like we had the most like celebrity people up in there, and it was like the most.
Were you working
happening. There? Yeah.
Okay.
I was a trainer there. So I started off at Starbucks. That wasn't cutting it.
Starbucks, dude.
Yeah. Oh,
I worked there too. Yeah, exactly.
Hey, yeah. Bro, you know which drink I did not like making?
What was
the anything with the apple juice, because it would like when you aerate it, it was so fucking loud.
Yeah, it's like screams like.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
So loud. And I'm like, yo, I got to mix some music later. Like,
that and Frappuccinos.
You're going to kill my music.
If you order a Frappuccino from Starbucks.
Oh, dude.
Fuck you.
Yes. F you. You know, come in. You know what I mean? Show your face.
Yeah.
I want to see what you look like.
So you start working at that gym.
Oh, yeah. So I'm working at that gym. And it's like, you know, you meet some cool people. And then I met this one girl, Bentley, which is a total Hollywood name. Yeah, right?
It is. Who knows if that was her real name?
Right? You know? Yeah. But it's like, it's odd because like I met her cousin in an elevator. I was looking for band members, and he just looked like a band member. He had like some crazy fucking hair, and literally, so I had just gotten done with the worst dentist appointment of my life, like Beverly Hills Angels Smiles, some shit.
Yeah.
And literally I walked in, I was like, hey, I'm here for my teeth cleaning. They're like, oh, you have some really nice white teeth. I'm like, thank you. And I'm used to like the whole, you know, kit and caboodle, like they do the whole check, like the pictures, the fucking flossy, what the fuck ever. They're like, wow. And
we don't even need to clean your teeth.
No, well, they're like, just brush them. I'm like, I could brush myself.
I came here for a cleaning, people.
So like, they're like, you're good. I'm like, all right, that's not the best. So then I walk, and they had like the most availability I've ever seen. I knew they were.
But that's why.
Because I showed up like that day earlier in the morning, like, oh, I'm gonna book for like next week, whatever. They're busy, you know.
They're like, we're free today.
Yeah. So I was like, hey, I'm new in town. I'm looking for like a dentist. They're like, you free right now? I'm like, no, actually, no, I'm not. And they're like, okay, how about like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? I'm like, 5?
Yeah,
like,
I guess.
All right, I'll come back. Like, what the hell? Now I see why. Anyways, so I get done with that, and I get in the elevator, and this dude's like, you know, looks like just the rock star vibe. And I was like,
yeah.
Hey, dude, you play drums by any chance? And he's like, yeah, actually I do. Or I asked him if he was a musician. He's like, yeah, I play drums. I was like, bro, like, I'm looking for band members. Like, are you in a band? He's like, nah. So we started jamming for a bit, and then his cousin was Bentley, which I met completely randomly at some other, like,
then you put 2 and 2 together, like, oh, I actually know this person.
Bro, it was such an interesting thing, like, that day, too, when I met her, because I was at, I went to this one girl that I met, I don't even know, oh, yeah, I met her at some other house in the hills, because of the Sweden assistant was her birthday. Anyways, then we went to this other house like 2 weeks later, and this one was in the hills too. And then I was in acting class at the time, and then there's some girl that was in my acting class like, what the fuck, you're here too? And then so then I'm talking to this blonde, and who the girl that I'd met at the first house, she like a week prior, she brought her along. So anyways, I'm talking to her, and I'm like, yeah, I know this one dude, Brent. She's like, what? And so I'd say his full name, and she's like, that's my cousin. I was like, no way. And I was so surprised. Now, there are these two douchebags next to me that were like jealous. I was talking to this blonde.
Yeah.
But so I hear them like mocking me. I have like really good hearing.
Yeah.
So like, they're like, no way. And I was like, I had this expression of like wildness, like, what? So, bro, I give him this side look that, like, I've never seen someone get, like, checked so fucking hard, and I didn't even mean to. Because I was, like, looking at her like, no way. You that's your cousin?
Do it to the camera right now.
And then I hear them, no way. And I'm like, and I'm like, I look at them like, and they're like, oh, God. You know, they're like, you know, like, he's fucking on something. You know, I was like, I wasn't, you know.
Yeah.
But anyway, so what I'm saying, so we became cool. Now, this is how easy, like, I'm telling you, these are like $1,000 tables, like, plus. You know, at the time, this is like J. Cole would rap about, you know, hoes up at Greystone, like Greystone.
Saying bitch a lot. Yeah.
So Greystone, the club, right?
Okay, that's what he's talking about.
So
see, I don't know. I listen to that song. I'll sing that part, but I don't know what he's talking about.
So that's a club in Hollywood, right?
Okay, gotcha.
So everyone else like would be lined up, all right. And they'd even hot girls get rejected and whatnot, which is saying something. Yeah. So, you know, I'm walking up to the club and I just have to be, she was an SBE ambassador and there was only 4 in the whole city. So she'd get anything free anywhere, always, like essentially. Yeah. So she's like, just tell him you're my cousin. We're both blonde. I was like, all right. So anytime, bro, I'd just be like, yeah, hey, I'm Bentley's cousin. They'd be like, right this way, sir. I'm like,
yeah, wow.
Free everything.
Cool,
you know, like all the time.
Yeah,
so that's when I got like, ooh, you know, but yeah. So, you know, I got to taste a little bit.
Yeah.
And then after many nights, we're like, yeah.
You're clubbing. You can only club for so long. And that's really what it is.
They're
That's
like,
really
do I even like that shit?
Yeah.
You know, like, you're like, I think I like it if I don't know what the fuck's going on. Because I don't know what the fuck's going on.
Yeah,
but other than that, like, when you step into that bitch, like, it's just like, and you're like, oh, shit, drink, please, now.
So was there any other, like, reincarnations of, like, you trying to find, like, your sound or who you were, like, during that time? I mean, I'm sure there was.
So many. And, like, I met different producers and we'd try some sounds. It just, nothing felt right. Because I had, like, this real weird kind of, that total Blink-182, like, tone.
Yeah.
Right? All the, like, small, like, it was, like, kind of, like, whiny a little
like
bit.
your singing voice and your talking voice are, I would say, like, pretty polar opposite, right?
Oh,
like,
they are.
Like, that's
bro.
why, like, that's one of the things that I've, like, watched in The Bachelor when they're, like, saying, like,
man.
they're, exactly. But, like, the song you're going to play at the end is a good mix of it, though, I feel like.
Absolutely, man. It's a lot more chill, more chill.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah, it was a real cool, like, and some people will be like, oh, why are you making yourself sound like that? That's because it just feels so proper. You know what I mean? To, like, sing that way.
That's your singing voice, basically.
It just does. Like, I can just, and it seems kind of, like, creative to me, and I feel like it's the best way to express the lyrics of that song. Mm-hmm. You know? So.
No, and that song, it does seem like, honestly, most of your songs I could literally hear being played on the radio too.
Thanks, bro.
Like I literally like they sound like radio hit songs.
Thank you, bro. Well, I do not. I'm such a perfectionist. Like for the hot touch guitars, 150 times I did those. Bro, if I'm releasing something, it's because I have had many hours and it has the stamp of approval, which is saying a lot. Bro, it's the simplest guitar line, but perfection of that guitar line takes a lot of time in my book, and it also got mastered at Capitol Records, so it sounds good.
So does it? I was gonna say, does it vary where you, let's say, record or whatever? Like,
it varies.
Obviously,
it varies where I record it. I recorded that at Big Bear.
Okay, yeah.
So Hot Touch I did in the studio, but the next songs that I'm releasing. So I'm in Love I released in Hollywood. Yeah, we rented a cabin in Big Bear. And just set up, bro. And for a week, we just recorded 4 songs.
Oh, really?
Yeah, me, the producer, the mix engineer, and this other songwriter. It was so fun, man.
That's cool.
Yeah,
That's really cool.
so fun, bro. We turned the whole thing into like
The
badass.
studio, right?
Yeah,
pretty
dude.
much.
So cool. And then we're just going hikes, whatnot. And then actually one of the Bachelor producers was in Big Bear. He's like, dude. And I'm like, bro, come through, you know? So he came through and listened.
You're like, motherfucker. I'm just kidding.
Girl, I'll choke you out right now. Yeah, man. For real.
Dude, that's dope.
Yeah.
All right, Michael Todd, the people would hate me if I didn't ask, okay?
All right.
How was your experience on The Bachelor?
It was interesting, man. It was interesting. Let me just say, Let me see. I feel like I can give a little bit more than the media trained explanation because, like, I'm going to be up. So I'm going to contract for a full year
Yeah.
from the day I was released from the show.
Oh, okay.
Even if I get an endorsement, I have to contact them first.
Really?
Yeah, and they can extend that if they want for
Is
another
it like
year.
it's like an NDA basically?
Yeah. But also, like, you know, they just don't want me like. They want me to be forgotten before I start doing some wild shit. You know what I mean? They don't want me to be like, oh, now I support fucking Poison Ivy Cream, like whatever. You know what I mean? They're like, oh, okay, like he's doing some, you know, or whatever. Or if I start an OnlyFans or something, here we go. You know, they want to have control for like a year, but. Yeah, man, it was interesting. It is completely not what I expected because you get there and you know you're holding in a hotel for like 4 days before you even go to the mansion, and it's there you get hyper focused because you can't leave the hotel. They take your phone.
Really?
Yeah, they don't want you having any like
outside contact with.
You're hyper focused on what's about to happen. You know. So I found out like they came in and they're cool, but they're like. Hey, if you need anything, man, just, you know, call us, okay? You can't go anywhere, but, like, just give us a call. Give us a call if you need anything. I was like, all right. It's like, does that include alcohol? They're like, yeah. I was like, all right.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
So, like, you know, I started like, hey, you got, like, cab tonight? Like, what kind of cab? You know, so whatever. And then producers would visit for a while, you know, just throughout the day, whatnot. And then you do, like, photo shoot or you do, like, a little camera interview or something. But, yeah, then it was time to go to the mansion. And I was like, yo, I need a cab like two Cabernets, like now. Yeah. So I'm like, you know, and I'm like, oh, this is like tense, man.
Yeah, you're just trying to like ease the nervousness, ease everything. Like regardless if you've felt it before or not.
Yeah, man, because this is a brand new experience. And so like I get there, you know, we're cruising over, and then I jump out. I'd slam the pre-workout. Yeah, man, for sure. Like right before, I was like, I need to be attentive.
Were you too attentive, or?
Oh, bro, I was so like wired, like it was ridiculous. Plus, when I got there, as soon as I showed up, like I'm walking through a long hall, and they're like, keep walking, and so you're just walking, and there's all these cameras, and you're alone, and you're walking, and then like they're like. Go that way, you know what I mean? You're like, okay, I'm going this way now, around the house.
Yeah, I know,
then, and then like I get like in my mind, I thought we were all gonna sit down and be like, "Welcome to the Bachelor." Like, no, like I walk to the back and I'm like, oh, she's not dressed the part for like. She looks way too pretty. You know what I mean? The first girl that I said that shit to, like, I like your lips, right?
Yeah.
So like, I lock eyes with her. I was like, production crew, like, because you know you're trying to keep it together, and you're like. This doesn't make sense.
Yeah, like, are you on part of the show, or what is going on?
And then I'm like, oh, we're here. Oh, shit, we're doing this right now. Okay. So then I walk up, and I'm like, hey, what's up? And, bro, they're just cameras. And I'm like...
I was going to say, like, Hollywood, pretty much.
Bro,
like,
how could you be normal? Like,
yeah.
Hi, how are you, man? How you been?
Yeah.
And everyone's like... And you're like, yo. So it's tense. I'm like, nice. Where's the bar?
Yeah.
Let's go. So then this is... I mean, you know... They cut it, you know, to their version. You know, there's things left out. There's, you know, whatever. But they definitely made me like an entity that was for max reaction.
Yeah, like you were
man.
The first episodes, let's get people to watch.
Oh, yeah. For sure,
we're
bro.
going to cut this guy and make him look like,
for sure.
However.
So to the extent to when I watched it, I was surprised. I was like, okay. Yeah,
it's different than your actual experience there.
I was like, that's how we're playing it. Okay. Interesting. But it was like, you know, there's just different things that happened that gave me the confidence to lead up to that. When actually, when I watched that back, I text her, I was like, Yo, I did not know it was that awkward. I apologize. I didn't know that I did that. Like, I didn't even think I leaned in. That's the mindset I was in. I didn't remember being like,
yeah, I mean, it's basically like starstruck. Like, I mean, cameras everywhere. You're just like,
but like, yeah, I don't even remember, doing that part of it. So I texted her, I was like, oh, that was awkward. Like, my bad.
Yeah.
It was funny because
I will say though, dude. The fact that that little song you came out with afterwards about it, dude, that was cool. That showed that, like, hey, listen, I know, like, I know what I did was cringy or whatever, you know what I mean? But like, bro. I can make this like a fun thing to laugh at, and that was I thought that was really cool that just you're able to look at it and laugh back at it versus like letting it really eat your soul away. Or,
right. Because like, I will say, like, when it aired, because they call you, we're talking, they're kind of prepping you, like, oh, you're going to be fine, like, it's a great episode, and then you're watching it, you're like, oh, shit. And then they call, you're like, how you feeling? You're like,
not that good, obviously.
Okay, you did not prepare me for this.
How the fuck do you think I'm doing?
How you think I'm doing? No, bro, like, I don't know if I could say, like, legally what, I'll tell you after, but, but what he said, like, his advice in response to what I said after he called me after the episode was hilarious, I think. But, fuck it, I'll just say it, because so, like, he was sitting here and he's like, how you feeling, man? Like, he's got, like, a smoker voice. Like, he's a cool guy, but, like, how you feeling, man? I'm like, not too good, man. Like, I don't know. Like, kind of a small town. Like,
Did you not just watch the episode?
Did you watch? I was like, nah, man. I don't know. I don't know, man. So,
I feel like I got played, basically.
Yeah, well, what I said is, like, I don't know, man. It's kind of a small town. Like, I don't think people are going to understand. Like, I don't know. I feel like I have to, like, move or some shit. I don't know. And then he's like, well, baby, you've been talking about moving, right? Like, maybe this is your chance. I'm like,
not like, no, this is not.
I'll talk to you later.
Yeah, this is not what I meant by it. Yeah.
So yeah, but after the fact, like, it all took off and it became like a joke, and then it was fun after the fact because us cast members, like a lot of us are still really cool.
I was gonna say, it seems like you guys all go on a trip together or something? Yeah, right? All the dudes did or something,
yeah,
right?
It was fun. We went up to, which is so funny, dude.
And so obviously, like, whatever they made it seem like, is not true if you guys are all hanging out after. You know what I mean? Like,
what's so unfortunate is, see, there was so much quality music. We were all musicians, and that's why I think we were really bonded. Yeah, because if we were all just random people that did not share music together,
just a normal Bachelor,
you know what I mean? I think there'd be a lot more offense, a lot more drama.
Yeah.
Because we'd be like, who's this motherfucker? You know what I mean? I'm sick of him. Like, but it's like, if you kind of start feeling that towards someone, it's like, that's a beautiful song. Yeah,
you're all musicians at the end of the day.
He's a great musician. You know what I mean?
Outside of personality alone, you could be like, this guy has pipes, or this girl has pipes.
You know what I mean? So it's like, we have like respect as musicians for each other.
And then that's way different than like, here's this random girl that I'm trying to go against her to get at the Bachelor or whatever. You know what I mean?
So, there's a lot of quality music that didn't make the show because that's, they were doing it their way.
But Hot Touch did make the show.
Hot Touch did make the show, bro. Yeah.
It might have been the show.
No, man, it was fun. It was a lot of fun. And because I kept saying, like, I don't think I'm going to sing. Like, as soon as I showed up, like, Chris Harrison was like, yo,
fuck that guy.
That guy. You know what I mean? But they were like, I know, right? But they were like, he was like, what's this Hot Touch song? He's like, can you sing a bit?
Oh, see, they're like egging you on.
Oh, dude, they started it. You know what I mean? So I sing it.
I was even like, I was talking to people, and I'm like, I don't know if it's that he's going around like voluntarily singing his song, because they put that whole scene in where it's like, you're singing it like 4 different times, you know what I mean? And I was like, damn, maybe he was really trying to promote this one song or something.
Right. Yeah. Well, like 3 of the 4 times that I sang it, like they were like, sing Hot Touch. You know what I mean? So, and I was like, I didn't want to like copyright infringe them, or you know what I mean? I didn't want to do like a cover, because then I sang for Rudy, and then I was like, I don't know, man, what song should I sing? And he's like, sing Hot Touch. I was like, yeah? He's like, yeah. I was like, all right. So I just kept singing it, bro. Yeah, I was like, this is my thing, you know?
Yeah.
So it was fun. It was a good experience.
Yeah, and overall. It seems like you're still friends with a lot of people from the show. And that's cool, like, as much as whatever the show, like, what did the winner of Listen to Your Heart, what happened, or who did win? As you can tell, I'm not an avid watcher of The Bachelor, but
you look like you are with that sweater. No, I'm kidding. No, like they were supposed to go on tour. and play like different cities.
But quarantine happened or what?
Quarantine, bro. Quarantine. And like I was telling you before the show. No, I know we got a little gnat.
There's a
flying
gnat
around.
in here, you guys.
It's all good.
Real Talk Studios, there's been a breach.
We've been compromised. But yeah, so they were supposed to go on tour. And then I think it was like 7 different cities, 6, 7, something like that. It would have been nice.
Yeah.
And then they did record their demo.
Okay, like an EP or something?
Yeah, they recorded a EP. They released that.
Who did win?
It was Chris and Bree.
Okay.
Yeah.
Congrats, Chris and Bree. I don't know you guys, but
Yes. No, they're both really cool. I talked to Chris often. I was talking to him. So me, Chris, and Ryan, we talk. It's becoming like, I guess weekly for the past month or so, just because we're talking about audio production. We're both like all of us, all the 3 of us,
like
are
learning from each other, basically.
Yeah, the 3 of us are like kind of sharing plug-in ideas, mixing and whatnot, and it's a lot of fun. They're real cool. So, and they're great musicians too. They take it seriously, which is really inspiring. It's not like, oh, we share this experience together. It's like beyond that. Like that's not like that's where we met each other. But we're like, yo, like I believe in your music and what you're doing, and everyone's bringing something to the table. Like the 3 of us, when we're talking audio production, it's not someone's like, hey, what's an EQ? It's not like we're on the same level of like, yo, I'm buying this plugin, like I'm doing this, like, we're not like this guy, like, it's cool. It's cool. So, yeah, man. And then, like I was saying, Julia, I think she'll be here Sunday. It's either Sunday or Monday. And we have a couple songs that we're writing together, and they sound real cool.
Dude, that's cool.
Yeah,
little
man.
duets, basically.
Yeah. So, and they're brand new songs that we've written.
That's cool.
So it's a lot of fun, bro. It's a lot of fun, and she's so easy to write with, and she's really sweet, and she's really talented. So it's like, and we share like a similar sense of humor. So it's like really fun. Like we'll talk to each other. And like I'm legitimately laughing. It's not like, like let's just pull this together so we can write some songs.
Yeah.
Like it's like she's, we enjoy each other's company, so it's fun, man.
Dude, that's dope.
Yeah,
that's really cool.
Yeah, no, that's the best thing that came of it.
Yeah, exactly. And so if that
sure.
like is whatever, not shitty, but as
I hear you.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
As like at least like there's some things that came out of it, and relationships that are lasting way longer than that 10 minutes of whatever. You know what I mean? That's cool. That's really cool.
It's a lot of fun, man.
Yeah. I had to ask. I'm sorry, man. I
it's
had
all
to
good,
ask.
bro.
No.
It's all good. Like, and it's funny. Like, I feel like this is like the only place where this would carry on beyond the show. Like, if I was in LA, people would be like, is he like, I don't know, maybe it's on something, fuck it, whatever.
Yeah.
And they go about their day. Here, people are like, that's the guy that was on the first episode.
You
know what I mean? I'm
yeah.
like, oh God. Like,
you're like, listen,
well
I am still a person, people. Like, at the end of the day, you guys.
You're objectifying me.
Yeah.
But like, I'll go to, if I go to the Tarmac, which I like that place.
No, it is cool. I like it too, and
yeah,
it's cool.
Yeah. I got some good brew. It's probably one of the better bars we have around here for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was open because it was Sanctuary City.
Exactly, bro. So
I was like,
drink up. Yeah. But I remember like I went there and like I was ordering a beer and I was like, I don't know if I want this one or that one. And so this girl was helping me and this dude comes up. He's like, I saw the show, bro. I was like, oh, what's up? Yeah. And he's like, yeah. So and he's telling the girl, he's like, you know who this guy is? He's on The Bachelor. I was like, oh, shit. Yeah. And he's like, oh, yeah, by the way, I helped your dad rehabilitate his shoulder. I was like, oh, okay. What's your name? Tyler. All right, I'll let him know.
That's hella funny. That's hella funny.
Man. So,
all right. So let's go into the music process, right? So everyone's different when it comes to making music. What is your creative process like?
All right. So where it starts often, and I've now narrowed this down. So I open up the day with a cup of coffee.
As most do.
Yeah,
Go on.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Major coffee addict. So I'll brew the coffee, I'll sip that, and I'm always surprised by my mood change.
What do you what is your preferred way of making coffee?
So I would go with like the French press if I could, but I just don't have one, and I don't have the patience for preparing a French press in the mornings.
Yeah.
I just don't. You know, I'm like just normal drip coffee. Let's get it going, but it's super strong. You know, I overfill. You know, the coffee grinds for sure.
I do pour overs, but
nice.
I just fill it up like a full thing. I'm like, I want this dark.
Yeah, bro, exactly. Yeah, it's pitch black. Yeah. So then I hit the coffee, and I'm always surprised by my mood change every morning.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, I'm not.
Man, this
feeling
stimulant feels good.
Yeah. It's like, I'm just not in the mood, just generally speaking. And then, like, I sip some coffee. I'm like, let's fucking go. You know, I'm like, wow, that was wild. Because, like, 3 seconds ago, I was not motivated at all. So then, like, I start going about my day, and then I'll hit a shower. And, bro, that's usually where a song idea starts.
Really?
Because what happens is I'm in such a good mood. I'm creating a soundtrack to what's going on. In my head. Usually. You know what I mean? I was like,
yeah.
Like, and here's what, like, I'd say like at least 2 to 3 days a week. Out of 7 days, this happens. I don't even expect to write a song. I'm just in the shower or whatever, and I was researching this. So when you're doing anything that is, you know, activating your brain but is very passive, it's very stimulating to, like, it's a perfect, like, mindset to create from, because your mind's already going.
Yeah.
You know, so, like, I'm just, like, normal, whatever, and then I write so much in the shower that I purchased Crayola crayons that you can write on the shower with.
Oh, really?
They'll wipe away, bro. Yeah, because what happens sometimes, and I'm like, I'll literally be like, and I hate when it's like, because I start with the hair, you know, I'm like, I hate when it's like, I gotta still, I'm just starting the shower, and I have a fucking hit in my head, right? I'm like, oh shit, come on, let's hurry this shit up, you know what I mean? So I'm doing it real quick, and then, you know what I mean? So then I'm jumping out of the shower to be like, all right, new voice memo, all right, here's the drums.
Yeah.
You know, here's the guitar, like, I don't like being in that state of mind, because I'm about to lose this idea, and I'm frantic.
But I would say there's with creative process in general, like, I do a lot of video stuff, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, unless you, like, go for the idea when you think of it, you could think of the best idea like when you're falling asleep. But if you fall asleep when you wake up in the morning,
it's gone, dude.
Exactly. So I know exactly what you're talking about
every time. That's why I have, like, literally 3,000 voice memos. I'm not kidding, bro. So
dude.
I'm always like, I know that if I don't document it when it's happening, I'm not remembering it precisely, at least. That's for sure. So yeah, man. So I'll start there, and then after that, I'll take it to the guitar. Then I'll start humming a melody. It's never usually lyrics at first. It's just
just the tone of it, right?
Just the tone, you know, like I'll play the guitar, and then I'll just like little melodies, and if something catches, and usually it's like a lyric or a phrase catches, it's like, I'm with you, I'm with you, you know, and then it's like, okay, that's kind of catchy, like that's kind of dictates where the song starts going, you know, but I'm with you all that time, because on my mind, so then I'll go like, with you all the time, mind, you know, unwind.
Yeah, trying to think of the lyrics that I could go with.
So then I'll hit the rhyme scheme and fill in the blanks.
Dude, okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, bro, it's fun. It's a lot of fun. So, you know, and then I know song structure well, like the pop rock song structure. So, you know, you go like the intro, 1 or 2 bars, and you go like 4 for the verse, 2 or 4 for the pre-chorus, 4 for the chorus, you know, if you want a little after tagline, like 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Maybe a breakdown in there. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
always throw the bridge
like Hot
in.
Touch, generally, like at the end of it, has like a little, right?
Yeah.
It's like different than the rest of the song, a little breakdown.
Yeah, I love that song. Yeah. I think the production could be better on it, but at the same time, I'm going to stick with it, and I'm going to shoot a video to it as is.
Oh, dude, that's dope.
Yeah.
That's dope. Yeah, me and my buddy Jimmy have been recently doing a lot of music videos.
Oh, really?
Yeah, dude.
Really?
Yeah.
Yo, okay.
Yeah. So, I mean, yeah. We can talk later.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Yeah, gotcha.
That's cool.
Yeah, and then, so that's generally how you just basically things come to you slowly, and every day you're just working on music pretty much?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Dude, that's dope.
Yeah, so as I was mentioning to you, I had kind of a decision to make. I had some money, and I was like, am I either relocating to LA and painfully staking it out again.
And your money's going by way quicker.
Like,
Right?
yeah, oh yeah,
You
dude.
know what
Like
I mean?
even when I was at this gym that I was working for, okay, I was killing it. I'm good at sales, and like the first package I ever sold was $4,800. One credit card swipe, okay. Like they got money, obviously.
Yeah.
You know, so this girl's like, "How many sessions should I buy?" She's like 18. I was like, "Definitely 48."
2 years.
And it's 100 a session, you know what I mean? So
Right,
she's
yeah.
like, okay. So we go to the front, and I'm like, yeah, she's buying the biggest package we have. Like, yeah, I don't get it either. You know?
Yeah.
And they're like,
Right.
okay, that'll be $4,800. She's like, okay, king. And I couldn't miss, bro. For like the first 12 sales, I racked them up so much money. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it was
yeah,
like it was a good like 30, 40,000. I'm getting like nothing.
Yeah,
You know,
for the sale. You're not
the
even getting
training
like
game,
commission.
bro.
Yeah,
I make so much money for those franchises, and I've worked for 4 different, gym franchises. Unless you're like a manager of a territory,
yeah. Training's not really.
you know what I
Yeah.
mean. Like even if you're the club manager, you're looking at like $3,500 a month, which is all right. I need like 5.
Yeah,
I need
yeah.
at least 5. Minimum to like be able to fuck around and like
Yeah.
do what you want. you
Yeah,
know?
exactly. Yeah,
So never hit that in the gym industry,
Mm-hmm.
despite the amount of absurd money I was making for them managing their
Yeah.
clubs. And LA Fitness in Arizona.
Well, yeah, like any
a whole
corporation,
nother-
though,
yeah.
we're all just pawns in their schemes.
Oh,
like,
totally,
And they're
bro.
like, they could talk their big game about you can grow in this company and all that bullshit.
hate
But
that,
then
bro.
if you've been with the company for 7 years, they're gonna hire the person who's managed something else because
totally.
for some weird
you manage
reason.
Togos.
Yeah.
Jump in.
Perfect. Yeah, yeah.
Have you ever lifted a weight? Oh, you'll learn. Don't
Yeah,
worry.
exactly, dude.
don't
Dude,
need
I
to lift.
hate that's just like corporate America. Make a song about that.
You corporate thugs.
Exactly.
You took my nuts.
Exactly. All right, let's switch it up. So, what is the most useless talent that you have? You have a most
I'd
useless
say a
talent?
bird call.
A bird call? Let's hear it.
Yeah, man. I'd say the bird call probably. 6th grade Camp Green Meadows, bro.
Oh, dude, yes,
Remember that? Yeah.
yes. Oh, dove. That's pretty good.
I add a little drrr to it,
Yeah.
and it turns to pigeon real quick.
Yeah, dude. That's a good useless talent. I mean,
No, like-
I don't know what you use it for, but
That's what I'm saying. Hey, you ask, I
you need a
supply,
music video
you know?
with some pigeons? I got you. Just do
right,
it.
right? Yeah, man. Birdman,
That's,
you know?
that's cool.
Hit me up.
And then, so your sound is very unique, right? So who do you draw your inspirations from? Is there certain artists that you do, certain bands you do, individuals? What is it?
Yeah, so I listen to, honestly, a little bit of everything. I really do. If it's if the frequency spectrum is really well filled out production wise, I rock with it. Okay, that's why I actually have an issue with old songs, like old school rock and stuff. I can appreciate the songwriting of it, but it's not produced as well as today's stuff. It just isn't.
Yeah, just
we have
back
better
then they only
technology,
had, exactly.
better equipment, better everything, to be honest, for recording, the recording process and production and mastering. And it just doesn't hit my ears as ear candy the way the new productions do.
Yeah.
So I pull from anything really well produced. I would say top influences are I love Imagine Dragons.
I kind of got that vibe on the Hollywood song, right?
Okay.
Right?
Yeah,
Is that-
yeah.
right?
Absolutely,
I
man.
was just making sure I got the right song.
Yeah, you
that
got
had.
it.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
got it, man. Yeah.
Kind of just like the almost like build up that Imagine Dragons has.
Absolutely. So I like their production. I don't even want to make this comparison because a lot of people think I already sound this way, but I like Maroon 5.
I was about to say, yeah, Adam Levine, kind of
You know what I mean?
similarities, but
That's what they
yeah,
say.
I was gonna
That's
say
what they
that
say.
and Justin Timberlake,
Okay.
like you know what I
Okay,
mean?
yeah,
It's
yeah.
kind of like,
Yeah,
and,
man.
and just a sense of like you were saying, like your voice, your singing voice is a lot higher than your talking voice, right?
It is.
And like
It is
I'm
indeed.
sure everybody is like, well, you're saying like, why you sing like that? You're
Yeah.
like, that's my singing voice, you guys. It's not that I'm trying to sound like that.
And see, that's why I'm gonna release a whole bunch of, because I'm such a perfectionist, as previously stated. But I'm just gonna release songs because if I let the perfectionism get the best of me, I won't release anything until it fits the grid in my
Yeah.
perfectionist mindset. Like, oh, I need 5 songs that are all lovey-dovey acoustic.
Go together,
Yeah,
whatever.
they need to be cohesive, and I'll release that. And then I need the pop rock songs, at least 5 to 10. Once that's all done, I'll release that.
But yeah, but like you're saying, you can kind of almost get hung up on the perfection to where you're not even releasing anything. You know what I mean?
I'll drag it out until it is literally perfect in my mind, and that could be an extra like 2-3 years on top of it. So I'm just gonna keep releasing songs, even though I'm like, this is a love song. This is like a upbeat thing. This is probably for this.
And having music out, new music out, is going to be more important than making sure that you have a cohesive project. And
Absolutely.
So people can expect new Michael Todd music coming out soon?
Oh, yeah, man. Oh, it's coming.
Okay.
Yeah. So I was actually headed down to, I don't think you know about this or I told you. So I was cruising down to LA to record vocals for my new piano song.
Okay.
And I have everything I own, bro. Like in this car, like musically.
Yeah.
It's a good like $15,000 worth of gear, stuff. Everything. So I'm like cruising and I look over and in Fresno, you know how they have those lanes. It's usually the fourth lane going through Fresno. The heart of it. It's like it's a merge lane and also an exit lane.
Yeah.
A temporary fourth lane.
Yeah.
I'm cruising, you know, it's an SUV, Mitsubishi Endeavor, loaded. With everything, cruising down to actually record with Julia.
Okay, I got
you know, from The Bachelor, and then I was gonna do hit the studio myself. So I was gonna rent it out. So to use their amazing board and preamps and compressors and their $10,000 microphone, tube mic,
everything,
everything, bro. So anyways, so I'm cruising, and then I look over, and this car is getting clipped by a semi, and here's my reaction time. I'm like, oh shit, that car is sideways, and then boom, bah, I smash into him. You know, so yeah. So then I like pull aside like boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
And there's like, you know how they're building that bullet train or whatever. It might take like 30 years, you know, it's like whatever. So they're building that.
And their
like,
first thing is from Merced to Bakersfield. I'm like, people, at least make your first thing from the Central Valley to San Francisco. Something useful.
Cares about,
yeah,
you know,
exactly.
Sacramento to like extend it. I don't know.
Come on, California. What is this, Gavin Newsom? I'm just kidding.
You know what I mean? Like I think they're like supporting some drug runners with this line. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Hey, right what are they?
Yeah.
You know, so
get a car accident.
Yeah. Oh yeah, car accident. Boom, hit that, and then
you instantly like, fuck. What? All my stuff's in here.
Well, yeah, the airbag goes off. I smack my head. Totaled the car.
Damn.
Bro, totaled the car. I have like a 9mm bulge disc in my neck. Whatever. I'm gonna get some shots for it. Whatever.
Yeah.
I'm just like, you know, pushing through the pain. I don't care. But yeah. So that. I was gonna go and do my new song.
Yeah.
You know, so it's coming soon. That was just a little sidetrack. I don't have a car right now because I totaled that one. Not my fault. I'll get reimbursed, but yeah.
Damn.
It's coming.
It's coming. It's coming.
Yeah.
The music's
that was
coming.
a hard hit, bro. I've never been in a car accident like that.
All right, let's see what else I got here. All righty.
All right,
let's switch it up. What's the best advice you've been given?
Okay. So some of the best advice I've been given from a production standpoint is do not show anybody any idea until it is completed.
Really?
Okay. Yeah. Because here's the thing: if I show you like a half-produced song, I already know where it's going.
Yeah.
In my mind. Okay. But if you hear it, you're gonna be like you're not taking it in the same mental direction musically that I am.
Yeah, you have the vision for it. This person's acting as if it's the final product, basically, right?
You know what I mean? So like, I'll be super hyped and excited, like as many people are. You know, like, dude, here, like this is where I'm at with this song. Listen to this, and then you're like, that's missing a lot of shit. You know, like, and that's like your first impression of it. So I was interning for this music producer for a while, and I would do that to him a lot. And it was a little harsh at the time when he told me that. He's like, bro, stop showing me stuff until it's done. I was like, fine, you dick.
Yeah,
Asshole,
what the hell? Yeah.
But like at the same time, like they were operating at a good level, you know, like at a really top tier level. What was that one guy that came through? He's a dope ass rapper. I was listening to his song today. You probably wouldn't know him because he's kind of like, he was signed to P. Diddy's label for a minute, but Bad Boy Records. But then he got out of the deal. He got back into it. But whatever. Anyways, we just meet some really cool artists. And there was this one girl. She was a really good songwriter. I used to give her rides home from the studio because I was their assistant.
Yeah.
After I went to audio engineering school in Arizona.
Oh, okay. When was that?
That was in like 2014. So after the whole band thing broke up, I moved to LA. I was there for a couple years.
Did you finish at Cal Poly or no?
No, man, I only went that 1 year.
Dude, I don't blame you.
You know
honestly,
what I mean?
Yeah.
1 year, and then you have people like, hi, $1 million. They're like, yup,
Yeah.
I'm not going next year,
yeah.
you know? And then that didn't work out, and I'm like, I don't want to go back to that. Like, fuck that, you know?
You're like probably majoring in some bullshit.
Yeah, well, see, my thing for that was music production.
Oh, that's
was
what
my
you-
degree
yeah.
there. And then all the music producers that I had just met, they're like, fuck school. I'm like, okay.
Well, that's like photography and videography. I always tell people
YouTube,
if there's
bro, just-
yeah, exactly.
there's so
If there's
many
one
resources.
thing that like you can actually excel in without school, it's video, photography, and music. You can learn all that shit online on YouTube.
Absolutely.
You don't need to go
Absolutely.
to school. You don't
At
need
all.
to.
At
I was
all.
just telling. I was meeting with some real estate clients that I do video and photography for.
Yeah.
And I was telling them, they're like, oh, our son really likes video photography. I was like, what I would do is give them a camera and let them do whatever. You know what I mean?
Produce
Let them make whatever they want to make because
cool shit.
that'll like
Yeah.
if you give them that at 18, by the time they're 23, they're gonna be as good as I am now. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like
Exactly. If
Yeah.
you're in one of those, you nailed it on the head. Because after going through that school, here's what pissed me off, and I'm still paying that shit off. You know?
yeah. I'm still paying off. Yeah.
You know, so but it's like, so I pay them all this money just to get the answers. Like, wow, all those producers from back in the day teach me how to do that stuff.
Yeah.
Now, here's the thing with, and it, you know, sounds like you've done a little bit with GarageBand, you
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
like
yeah.
mixing and whatnot. So there's a million different ways to do the same things,
Yeah.
essentially. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do know what you mean.
And-
same thing on Premiere. So me and
Oh,
Jimmy
yeah.
will be editing, and I'll be like, "Dude, how did you do that?" And he'll show me, and then he'll be like, "Wait, how are you doing that?" And I'll show
Yep.
him how I'm doing something.
Yep.
And it's like we're doing the same exact thing a completely different way, though.
Yeah. So knowing that,
Yeah.
okay, imagine you're like a school, the head of a school, okay, and you just keep you want more applicants.
Yeah.
The last thing you're gonna do is definitively tell your students this is how it's done.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because there's a million different ways to do it. Same with music.
Yeah.
So you curve the question of like how you actually kind of do that.
Uh-huh.
You never definitively like make a statement because you don't want one of your students going out in the real world and being like, school says to do it like that, and then that editor is like, nah, that's not how I do it. What school did you go to? I don't like that school.
Yeah.
So these I couldn't believe it. Like I'm in it, you know, 6 weeks in, accelerated program, like it's on the, you know,
Yeah.
8 month like fast track, 9 something like that. And I was like, so how do you use the EQ? Blew my mind. They're like, oh, it's subjective.
Yeah, what do you mean it's subjective?
I was like, they're like, oh, there's a million different ways to use it. Like you'll figure it out. I'm like, I'm fucking here to learn.
I'm paying
How
you
to use
guys
an
like
EQ.
thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
I would want you guys to tell me one way
I'm like,
at
can you
least.
like, can we shoot in the dark here? Like, I this is the first time I'm seeing this shit. Like, where should I start? What is this knob? You know, they're like,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
it just does frequency shit. I'm like, oh, okay. Then I just started not giving a fuck.
Yeah.
You know, and they passed me anyways. I was like, I couldn't have not cared less because I was like, all right, you know, I work with the best and I seen the kind of stuff they did, and I know like some starter knowledge you haven't even touched on.
Yeah.
I was like, this is ridiculous. Like, I'm here because I'm here. And then they're like, fuck, if we want that grant money, you passed.
Yeah,
You know, and
exactly.
they put me through. I was like, this is a joke, man. So YouTube. And if anyone is doing audio engineering, you have any questions, puremix.net.
There we go. PureMix.net.
Please sponsor me.
There we go. Pure Mix. Come on.
Come on, man.
Sponsor Michael Todd.
Come on.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, they have all the questions you'll ever need to answer right there, man.
Dude, that's cool.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
That's really cool.
Yeah. So do you have like a website you go to, or do you just hit YouTube?
YouTube is pretty much what I go
got
to.
so
And
much
I mean, there's
stuff, bro.
certain like YouTubers that I like,
So much
filmmaker wise, that I.
Oh, dude, I just noticed all the lenses you got on the shelf.
yeah.
It's real in here, people.
Yeah, exactly.
He's got like 1, 2, 3, 4,
Actually-
5, 6-ish lenses.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, right here.
Oh man!
too.
Oh, yo,
There
how
we
many
go.
cameras?
Boom.
Oh, 7. How many cameras you got over there
No,
too?
I
Oh, that's
got a couple-
ridiculous.
I got a couple, but
Oh, this man's serious.
this is my baby, the EOS R. The R5 and R6 Canon just released, and those cameras are so dope. I want
Okay.
one, but they're like $2,000, $2,500 just for the body alone.
Okay.
I found this one on Facebook Marketplace. It came with the
way.
EOS R body, which is normally $2,000, plus
Nice,
3
bro.
lenses, and I got it for $2,600.
Yo.
And like the retail price was like over $6,000. And so I
That's
was
one of those deals you're like,
yeah, I was just
Where'd
like,
you get this?
yeah, and then I messaged the dude and I was like, hey, I'll take it. And he was like, okay, good. And then he was like, okay, great. And he was like, someone in San Francisco's offered me like 2,600 or 2,700. I was like, what about 2,650 and you save the gas? And he was just like, okay, deal. And I'm like,
Nice,
cool,
bro.
dude.
that is badass. Hey, if you come across any camera deal,
Yeah.
please let me know because I'm gonna start the TikTok game because
Okay.
I'm forced.
So I've recently
My hand
tried
is
to.
forced.
I don't get it.
I don't
and-
like it.
and yeah, I
But
don't.
I have to do
I don't
it.
like it. It annoys me. I
Same,
post
bro.
something and I
Same.
feel like nobody watches it. But then I posted a video today and it was like just the most cliche, like what my phone sees
And it did well.
versus what my camera sees. Yeah, on Instagram I got like over 10,000 plays, and I was like, what?
Okay.
That's better than I've ever done on plays for
Yeah,
reels.
yeah.
And I was like, what the heck? That's cool.
Yeah.
I go to TikTok, it's like 100 and something, and I was just
know,
like,
bro.
I just don't get it.
I know.
I don't get TikTok.
I don't either. Like I was really hoping.
We're too old for this.
I know, bro. We're like, yeah, we just missed it.
Yeah.
Because those kids love it, and it caters to their attention span, which is so short.
Yeah. Well, my sister got like low key like popular off TikTok, so she got like millions
Okay.
of plays. She has like 1.5 million plays on TikTok.
No way.
Yeah, and she just like so her audience as like moms basically. So she
Okay.
does like a whole bunch of
Because your
jokes.
sister is
Nicole
Yeah,
Dealey. So
and
and
then-
Samantha was your age though.
yeah, and I haven't seen either of them
Yeah,
in
yeah.
years.
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
That is what I'm not even kidding you. Like
Probably
I
high
didn't
school.
Even I forgot that you had siblings that I know.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
how long it's been.
Yeah, it's been
Oh
fucking
my
forever, dude.
gosh. 'Cause
Crazy,
like
huh?
we grew up together. So, like
yeah.
like I know them,
you do
but,
know.
Like, I forgot that's the family.
Like you were
That's
saying,
how
like
long
you
it's been.
forget, like until
That
like
is
you're in
wild.
front of somebody or like you're like,
That's
oh yeah, I'm gonna meet
wild,
with this
though.
person. Like all these memories start
Yeah,
coming
man.
back.
Yeah.
And I was talking to my other friend Errol, and he was like saying, I was telling him like about a memory I had, and I was like, yeah, I forgot about this until recently. And he was like, oh, it's not just me who forgets memories. I'm like, yeah, no shit, dude. Like we all forget
Bro,
something until
bro.
someone brings up something, and then all of a
Yo.
sudden that triggers something in your brain, and you're like have all these other memories
Dude, it
coming
like
to
takes
you.
you down like the pathway that lands you back at a similar, time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's crazy, man.
Yeah, so like what's crazy to me is like we really haven't hung out since guitar lessons.
At all,
When I was in
bro.
7th grade and
Yeah.
you were in high school, you know what I mean?
Which is wild.
But like we've known each other's social media presence and stuff like that. We know
For
what each other's
sure,
been
bro.
up to, but
For
not
sure.
so much to where. And then when I was doing this podcast, I was like, who can I get on that, you know what I mean? That's in the area, a talented individual. And I was just
Thank you,
like,
man.
oh, Michael Todd. And then when you were like, I'm honored to be, I was like, I'm honored to have you.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
No,
it's
it's
cool.
really cool. Yeah, and it's at a perfect time because I have all this momentum.
And there's no one telling like your story on like how you became you or your music. Literally,
man.
I've been searching to do research. That's what I do. You know what I mean? And there was nothing. So
There's not, bro.
So now
There's
there at least will
really
be this
not.
out there. You know what I mean?
And I appreciate that, bro.
Yeah.
Because thanks for the
I
opportunity.
got to think of a title for the podcast episode.
Oh, man, yeah. If
We'll talk about
something
it.
hits me, I'll
We'll
let
talk
you
about it
know.
afterwards. Yeah,
absolutely, man.
And so, any shout outs you want to do while you're here? You don't have to, but I mean,
Well, I will definitely shout out. Let me do a shout out to, first and foremost, you. Thank you very much.
thank you, sir.
Yeah,
I appreciate that.
Yeah, thanks for having me, man. And then I would shout out Samantha. She does a lot of my photography and videography.
Okay, gotcha.
She's amazing. SammyB.photo, I believe, is her Instagram.
There we go, Sammy B.
Sammy B. And then we got Julia and I'm into the Bachelor crew. I mean, it's been fun. It's been fun. So
Cool.
shout out to you guys.
There we go, Bachelor crew. It's
Yes,
not
sir.
always as it seems on TV, you
It's not.
guys.
You know,
No,
it's
it's not at all.
Movie magic.
And so we may not be expecting a Michael Todd album, but we are expecting a lot of Michael Todd singles coming out this
new
year.
music coming out. Yeah, real soon. It's I'm just like I said, I have a whole bunch of different genres that I'm just gonna keep firing away, relentlessly because I used to, and this is not even that one music manager guy.
Uh-huh.
Okay, this is another crew. When I was down there, I was working out. I was training them.
Mhm.
Started out with one of their like A&R guys, and then one of their engineers was teaching me music, how to like record and stuff. And yeah, they write hits. You know, I think one of them assisted like Justin Bieber and he wrote like the Ariana Grande and Justin Bieber song.
Okay, yeah.
They had together like
I know you're
a
talking
couple
about. I don't know
months
what it
ago.
is,
Yeah, I
but
don't either.
yeah.
Yeah. But like, yeah, those guys, like I know them, the Brain, is what they call themselves, and yeah, man. So I don't know. There's a lot of cool connections I've made, and I just wasn't as serious because I didn't think I had to be with production then.
Yeah.
I was like, they produce, I write.
Yeah.
You know, but it's like, another piece of advice you asked me, what's a good piece of advice people have asked you? And that music manager, that super powerful music manager, told me I like musicians that write and produce their own stuff. You know, and now I connect with that. The reason being, when I was not in the production world, I'm constantly asking wild things of producers. I'm like, hey man, can you make I want like a whoa, 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 you know what I mean? And they're like, fucking maybe, like you know, like,
they're on the
try.
board, like what?
Yeah, dude. So it's like if I can provide that for them and like whatever,
or know what you're like, hey, turn up the EQ or turn up the compression a little bit,
dude, makes
then they're like,
so
this
much
guy
of a
understands
difference.
at least, you know, like you're saying, compared to like. When you didn't know that stuff, you're saying you're going there asking like they're like, what the I'll try.
No,
dude.
like when you're not in the production world, you're asking some weird stuff, you know, as just a songwriter purely, and it's like you start asking tasks of them that are super time consuming that you have no idea are time consuming. You know, you're like, oh, what if you just like did like a this and a that and like you know like, and they're like, okay, give me an hour. Yeah, sure, you know. But yeah, so just really hone in. If you're a songwriter, definitely hone in on your own craft and become a producer as well. Because
that makes sense.
Because it's like you're going to cut so many corners, and you don't want to have to rely on other people at the end of the day, unless you absolutely have to, and you don't have the production like foresight for it, which it happens. But if you do, complete that task yourself. Never leave something for someone else that you can do yourself. Like, why?
Yeah.
You know, because like I get so much more out of it. If I bring to my producer that I work with like a polished product, like this is as far as I've taken it, he's going to appreciate it so much more. And he's taking it from there. As opposed to like...
starting at square one.
Bro, which is like negative square two is what I've been giving him. Like for real, like these songs that we've done, like he's done a great job. Jason, shout out Jason Mater. But yeah, and JJ, you know, mix engineer, they did a great job. But yeah, man, stepping into the production world, new music coming.
Dude, I'm excited to see that new music's coming. I'm excited there's more Michael Todd coming out. I was wondering, like, you had those 3 songs come out, and then since then I was just like, I know this guy has 10 years of music that built up. You know what I mean?
Coming. Yeah, it's coming, bro.
Dude, okay, cool. I'm glad that new music is coming.
It's coming. It's coming real soon. And I'll save the game plan. Yeah, you'll see. New music's coming. Yeah.
New music's coming. You're gonna save the game plan.
Yeah, I'm gonna save the game plan. Save a little magic. Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
All right, Michael Todd. I appreciate you being here, man.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you so much.
Yes, sir.
All right.
It's been a pleasure.
And you're gonna be performing what song?
So this is gonna be "See You Around." This is gonna be a lot more like some lovey-dovey songs coming along. I have a summer hit in the bank. It's real fun song. And then I have it's more upbeat. And then I have this other song, is a piano song, a lot more like touches the heart. And then I have like by default, I write a lot of songs that like are really sentimental. You know, that's my default. But why I release Hot Touch first is because statistically, songs that do the best that are hits are more upbeat.
Yeah.
You know, so I was like, let's just hit them with like a fun song, get the vibe going, and it worked.
And so I can do this, and then you're gonna have your whole discography of what else you can do as well.
Yeah, man, I'm just gonna throw it all out there, and it worked to my benefit because do you know how I got on The Bachelor?
How did you? I don't know,
bro. They found some random girl. There's a scout forum found Hot Touch on Instagram on a hashtag.
Really?
Because they're searching for music, like musicians.
Yeah.
And she's like, hey, I found your music on like Instagram hashtag. This is The Bachelor, but like the music. You want to do it? I'm like, all right.
Yeah, you're like, is this real?
Like, all right. Yeah, no, exactly, bro.
Yeah.
Like I was super
skeptical.
Yeah. I was super skeptical the whole time until eventually they were like, all right, here's a plane ticket. And I was like, all right.
Dude, that's dope.
Yeah,
that's
dude.
Dope.
Wild.
That's dope.
Wild. So Yeah, man. New music's coming.
All right, you guys heard it here. Real Talk and Whatnot, the Michael Todd exclusive, you guys. All right. Thank you again, Michael.
Thank you, my friend.
Of course, we'll have to do this again.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
All right, man.
Until next time.
All righty.
Thanks for having me. It's new music's coming out, guys. I'm gonna try to drop a new song every month, starting soon as summer hits. And yeah, new music coming soon. Thanks for joining. And I'll leave you with my one of the songs coming out called "See You Around." Here we go. More of like a love song. I'm gonna be doing some more love songs. So.
It's been a while since I've seen your face and seen you smile. We used to laugh until we cried like all the time. Then you had to leave, said you're headed east. Can I catch a ride? Now I spend some days, but mostly nights, hoping you'll stop by. But did you stop to think if I would miss you when you're gone? Will you think about me when you hear this song? I guess I should have spelled it out, told you how I felt before you walked out. I hate to say I miss you now, hope that you're doing well, guess I'll see you around. We used to dream in full HD, talking about our lives. We used to say that we'll get away, leave this town behind. We used to speak of our hopes and dreams, how they intertwined. I was blown away, you showed up that day to kiss me goodbye. But did you stop to think if I would miss you when you're gone? Will you think about me when you hear this song? I guess I should have spelled it out, told you how I felt before you walked out. I hate to say I miss you now, but you're doing well, guess I'll see you around. I guess I'll see you around. I guess I'll see you around. I hope I see you around.
This is it. Real Talk and Whatnot.